Okay, we're recording. Okay, so I wanted to do this Zoom just to, I don't know, I had this idea yesterday because so many people on my team are promoting, and I know that's not just for my team, everybody's promoting. So I wanted to get just like some leaders together and just to like instill belief in my team. And I was like, why don't we just all do this like for everybody? Because everybody needs that belief. And, you know, there are people promoting that are so close to it, people that have already promoted and looking to their next promotion, people that are so far from their promotion and feel like it can never happen. So, yeah, Ashley said who's already promoted. So if you want to comment below and say who is promoted and tell us what rank you got to, we're so excited. We want to celebrate with you. And so I just wanted to just kick this off by just saying a little bit about what happened for me. So if y'all know who I am, I'm Morgan Martin, and I'm a triple diamond. This is the last time I'm going to say that, though, because I'm going presidential tomorrow for sure. So excited. So, but yeah, so I'm promoting because, so here's the thing. This is what I wanted to tell you, and I'll make it really short, and then Pam can say what she wants to say. And, you know, this year's been really busy for me. So I got married this year. I also got engaged this year. We had a short engagement. We've been on our honeymoon. We've done a lot of things. It's just been a very busy year. And I've been saying since January, I was like, I'm going to go presidential this year. I'm going to go presidential this year. That's my dream board right there. It says presidential on it. So that has been my goal this whole entire year. And every month it just has not happened. Even though I've been working towards it, I've had a lot of new diamonds go diamond, and everything has been setting up for me to go presidential, and it just has not quite been there every single month. So at the beginning of this month, I called Cami and I was like, I need to talk to you. What the heck's happening? Why am I not promoting? Like, what's wrong? Like, is there like a roadblock in my head? Like, what's going on? And she was like, you just have to make the decision. You just have to decide. And I was in Target and I was like, that is so true. Like, that's it. That's all I needed to hear, because this whole year I've been saying, like, I'm going to try to hit presidential this month. This month I'm going to shoot for presidential. I'm shooting for presidential. Like, and then I was like, in the back of my head, like, if I don't hit it, that's okay, because triple diamond's still a really good paycheck. But this month, after I talked to Cami, I was like, shoot, I'm going to just decide to do it. So that's the difference in why I didn't promote the first 8 months of the year, or 9 months of the year, and why I'm promoting this month, because I'm not trying to go presidential anymore. I've decided to go presidential. And I was loud about that with my team because Cami told me to do that. So I did exactly what she did, because she kind of knows what she's doing. She's like been the top of the company or something. So I was like, okay, well, she knows what she's doing, so I'm going to do what she does. And so I just decided to do it, and now we're doing it. And my team is on board. People are just popping diamonds and rubies and going all these different promotions everywhere. So, okay. So anyway, everybody is just going crazy. So I just wanted to encourage y'all, for me to decide that you're going to promote, because if you don't make that decision, it's going to be really easy for you to just say that it's not a big deal. So you just have to decide that it's going to happen, and it's something shifts in your brain. I promise you, if this isn't a testament of that, I don't know what is, because for 9 months I said I was going to try, and this month I decided, and now I did it. So, okay, I will do it tomorrow. I haven't done it yet, but I will. And so anyway, I just wanted to kick it off by saying that, and then I wanted to hear from all these different leaders. We're going to start with Pam, and then Cami will go, and then after that, there's other leaders that are going to be speaking. Let me mute everybody again. Okay, there we go. Thank you. So I have a list of people that want to speak and just share just some life and talk to you about their, stories and their backgrounds and all these different things. So take notes, because it's going to be really good. So Pam, if you want to go ahead.
Well, congratulations for the first thing. And oh my gosh, I always say when a woman makes up her mind, watch out. Really, I think that's what Big Daddy says, because he knows when I make up my mind. It might take me a little bit, but I always get it. Intention is everything. Intention for your whole life is everything. It's just, it has to do with weight loss, everything, every aspect of our life, for our business, in our personal life, everything. And what you were doing from January until you decided was you didn't really believe it. You didn't put it out there. You didn't do the work towards it. You weren't charting. And there's more behind charting than just filling in those spots. A lot of people will bring a chart out and never touch it. So it's very important to know what you want and why you want it. I mean, that is extremely important. And that is setting that intention. What am I going after and why? Why was it important for you to go presidential? That's a big question, because if it's not important, and then you're not going to put any emphasis on it. And, you would be triple diamond all of next year too, in 2020. And it's, we always talk about the stars seem to come in a line, and that's really what happens. I was with someone in LA having dinner, and it was the best conversation ever about this very thing. And she felt stuck. And so I started asking her some probing questions. Why do you feel stuck? And of course she goes down this path, and then I realized the charts aren't out. The intention is not there. And so get the chart out. Especially if you've just been kind of hanging around for the last year, wondering why your team is not doing what it's supposed to, you got to stop looking at them and look within. This is not about them. This is about you right now. This is about your personal promotion. And it's not your team's fault. It's not it works. It's not because your hair is this color or blah, blah, blah. None of that has to do with it. This has to do with you setting that intention. So pull that chart out. Right now, we're at the end of the month. You can go and put everybody in play, because you can go back and look at what's happened this month. It's a great target time for November. And don't think you can't promote in November. People have promoted ambassador all the way in November. So get it out wherever you're going, how many ever that you need, and do what Morgan did. And that is asking your team, who's going with me? And do that tonight. Do this tonight. Do not wait till in the morning. Do it right now. Do it while we're on this Zoom. This is a working Zoom. This is not something that we're just gathering around. We got work to do tonight because we're promoting tomorrow. And so find out who's going to play with you, and then have their chart, and they have their chart, and you're charting together all month. Now, here's what happened with Janny. So Janny is making all these excuses. She's saying all these things. And I said, Janny, you've got to decide right here that everything you just told me is not true. That has just been excuses that you're making up and you're buying into and you're believing. I don't believe any of it. I think you just got caught up in your own conversation, and none of it truly is real. It seems real, but it's just something that you keep playing. Now, what do you want? What do you want, and why do you want it? And so she started talking about it to the point where it got really emotional. And that's what we want. We want those feelings cropping up. And I bet, Morgan, for you, you were kind of getting frustrated at yourself. You were like, come on. I got married, big deal, right? Yeah, I had a honeymoon, super big deal. But nobody shuts their business down because they're getting married. Life happens all the time. I mean, we've all had marriages, we've had births, we've had deaths, we've had a lot of life in the 18 years we've been doing this, a ton of life. But we didn't shut down. Now, we might have gone and taken care of it and had fun with it, or maybe at times it wasn't so much fun. But what happened with her is she made that commitment right then and there. Those emotions got up. She decided, she goes, you're right. Clarity happened. And then she talked about how her husband really wasn't on board. Well, here's what's happening with the husbands. They're seeing us be wishy-washy. They're seeing us go back and forth. They're seeing us, looks like we're busy, looks like we're working all the time, but really what we're doing is we're scrolling. We're scrolling, wasting time. And so what they say is, my wife, my girlfriend's working all the time and there's no money coming in. That's men. They're black and white. That's it. There's no gray with them. And so how do I know this? Happens with my husband all the time. And so waste of time, waste of energy, and they're seeing it and they're getting very frustrated. So she made the decision that night. And I said, now this is the cool thing. Dead people are going to come alive and they're going to start texting you. Now that you have not put out an all points bulletin that you're suddenly going to go to this next promotion. You have not announced it to the world yet, but somehow the energy in you shifts and the world is connected and somehow they know. I don't know how that works. I really don't. But I like the fact that it does. And they will notice a difference in your post. They will notice a difference in what you say. They will notice in that you're posting more, that you're more passionate with your post. Your team will notice that you're different. You know, when you started like taking yourself out, they notice that. Well, she's not as active. She's not as passionate. She's not as, I don't feel the inspiration there. They can tell that too. And do you know that she hadn't left the parking lot when somebody dad texted her, when this happened, when that happened? She got home, and I told her, I said, when you look at your husband, you look at him different. Like, I have made up my mind. I am going to conference, because he was saying she couldn't even go to conference. She went into the other room, came back out, and he goes, hey, I've made a decision. I'm going to go ahead and go to conference with you. And that's when she was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And so what happened then, she really truly understood that this was about her. This was about her call to actions. This was about her energy. This was about her being inspired. This was about her connecting with her team in a different way, an entrepreneurial way, a business way. And one of the things that I really see that we all need to grow up and become is this amazing entrepreneur. This is not a side hustle. That's a cute word. Those are two cute words, but we are in business and we're entrepreneurs, and we need to treat it more like a career than a side hustle. And if we keep saying that, all right, I've got some feedback here. You might need to mute them out, and then I'll come back in. All right. Good job, Morgan. So going back to the verbiage that we're using, let's project more of a professional image, but keep our fun, keep who we are, enjoying what we're doing, but letting people know this is serious, because a lot of you are pulling in some serious income. You're pulling in as much income as some people that have been working for 20 years. And some of you are just now tasting that. Some of you are just now dreaming of that. So how you set yourself up today is very important for what happens tomorrow and those following days. So get your charts out, everybody. Get your charts out today. Print them right now. And every single one of you should be shooting for diamond. And if you're a diamond and you're back to ruby, then you're going double. You are not going to rebuild, and you're not going to maintain. It's too boring. It's not exciting at all, and it's frustrating. If you are a double and you want to get back to that, you're not going to go back to double. You are going to pull off a triple. That's what you're going to do. You're going to pull off a triple. So if you're, so what do you need? A triple. You need a double and a couple of diamonds. So who are they? Then you're going to, one of the things I highly recommend that you do is you put that group together alone, because you're going to stay focused for the next 30 days. Truly focused. You're going to call out that diamond. You're going to call out that diamond, and you're going to call out that double. And then they're going to call out who they need. And it's the top people in each one of those spots. And nobody gets added to that page. Nobody gets added unless they're a part of their team pulling this off for the next month. And you watch what happens. You will get that promotion. There is no way that it cannot happen if you are serious, if you are dedicated, and if you work diligently every single day. I'm not talking about being harsh or hard or not having fun. I'm talking about that energy that wells up inside of you that causes you to propel yourself forward. And it's fun, and you can't wait to get up the next day. You don't even feel like you're working. Morgan, I want to bring you back in on this while I close this out. Did you have more fun this month than you've had in the past year as you built towards this?
Yeah, so I was actually telling a girl this today, because I've signed a lot of customers this month, and I posted the amount earlier on Facebook, and she was like, have you really signed that many? And I said, yes. And she said, why? I said, it's because I'm more excited this month than I have ever been. And it shows in everything I'm doing. Like every time Derek comes home, he's like, how was your day? And I'm like, I'm 2,000 BV away. And he's like, cool, how was your day? And I'm like, that's how my day was, 2,000 BV. And so it's just like everything, like it's like in my conversations with my customers and my conversations with my team, like my team is more excited than we've ever been this year. And so whenever she says like get serious, that it also includes having so much stinking fun, because this month we have gotten so serious and we've gotten so focused, and we have had more fun than we've ever had probably in my whole entire business, but at least this year for sure.
Because you've got something going on. It's called mojo. You've got momentum, and everybody, no one likes to be complacent. They don't like to be feeling stuck, like they're not going anywhere. It's like getting on the scales and a pound is gone, and then you get on again the next day and there's a half a pound gone. That's 1.5 pounds, and you've been trying to lose that for 20 years. And so you start to get that momentum going, that belief level raises up. So, all right, I'm loving what I'm seeing on here. Cassie's going diamond, Amy's going diamond, Emily's going triple. And I'm loving this. Call out where you're going. So Morgan, I'll let you take over. I know we want to hear from Cammie.
Thank you so much, y'all. That was so good. I hope y'all took notes because I already started my paper. Okay, let me see. Cammie, can you unmute yourself? I don't know if it'll let you.
Sure. I'm unmuted. Woo!
Hey girl, how are you?
I am so good, and I can't wait to hug your presidential diamond neck.
Oh, yay! I'm so excited. Well, we want to hear all your good tips, all your good stuff.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet, because I know you got a whole lineup on here tonight of people that have promoted recently, some tips and tricks that they've got up their sleeves on how to make sure you guys close out the month strong. But here's what I know. If you're on this call with us right now, it's because you've made a decision. You've made a decision that you're over it. You're over it, whatever over it is, and you're promoting or you're going to that next income level. And I remember getting that call from you, Morgan, at the beginning of this month, and I was so giddy to get it because I was just ready for you to be sick and tired of being left in the dust at triple diamond. And I know you were comfortable there, but it's got to start with being sick and tired of being over it and knowing exactly what you want. And I truly believe there's some of you that are sitting here tonight going, but I just don't know if I'm ready. I just don't know if I'm ready. Well, you know what? Stop trying to figure it out and be ready, because you'll never feel ready. Make a decision tonight that you're going for it. And when I say that you're going for it, what are you going for? I can't define that for you. Is it a level? Is it an income? I love what the Mayfield said about being serious about going debt free. Do you know what you need to the penny? Because if you don't, you're not serious about it. So I love when you said every night your husband's coming home, Morgan, you're telling him exactly what you need to finalize this promotion. And that's somebody who's serious about where they're going. You've made that decision. You're not leaving it up to chance. You've made the necessary decisions to put this in place. And so that's what I want to talk about. And some of you might be thinking, I don't know that I have the belief though. I wish all of a sudden you wake up and you go, you know what, I believe, or I feel like I can. No, you make a decision. You draw the line in the sand and you decide that it's your time. And once you do that, you start talking about it. You start telling your team, we are a presidential diamond team. Who wants diamond? I need 2 diamonds, I need a double, and I need a triple. Who's going to step up and fill that? Because this is a presidential team. What I want you to know is you are the lid on your team. And so if you believe you can be diamond, then your team is a diamond team. Do you believe your team is worth that? Sometimes we will do for others what we will not do for ourselves. And when you realize that it is your decision to not make a move, to be inactive, that's actually holding your team back. So if you're not ready to do it for yourself, do it for your team. But know tonight, where are you going? What does that look like? Where do you need, down to the penny, to be debt free? How many distributors? How much volume do you need to hit that next promotion? Get crystal clear, and then find as many people that are ready to go on that journey with you. And then here's what it comes down to. It comes down to work. It absolutely is going to take blood, sweat, and tears. And I wish I could tell you that it was easier than that, but it's not. You know, I think sometimes what keeps us from hitting our goals is the fact that we're not working hard enough. We're not working hard enough. We're not putting in the time. We're not being consistent enough, persistent enough, disciplined enough to actually get where we want to go. And here's what I knew. I may not have been the most talented person in the business. I can certainly tell you that. I might not have been, the most diligent in areas, the best salesperson, but I didn't let anybody outwork me. I did not let anybody outwork me. And I certainly wasn't going to ask my team to do what I was not willing to do. So what I want to encourage you to do right now, as we are close to finalizing the month, you might have gone, gosh, I wasted so much time. You know what? Stop wasting
What
time.
the heck?
Ooh,
My Wi-Fi sucks here.
okay.
I don't-
Did you get it, Morgan? Did you get it muted?
Oh, here.
Juliana Rogers, how about you mute yourself, my friend? I can't, maybe it's not happening anymore. I don't know.
I think Allie's helping me mute people too.
Oh, okay.
We'll get it.
No problem. No problem. All right. So with that being said, sometimes I get messages from you guys and you're like, can't you just tell us we got so many months of the rank up bonuses so we got time to work? You got time to work right now. And if you didn't spend the beginning of this month how you wish you had, you've got 4 or 5 days left here. No, that's not true. What day is it today? 29th, 30th, or 1st? You've got 2.5 days left right now to make this month. Give it your all and realize. I love the book that we're going to start doing as a group called The Last Arrow by Erwin McManus. And it's just about, and you can decide to figure out bigger than you've been long. And, are we going to extend the bonuses? Right now, no. So you got to work your butt off. What happens if you miss it? That's all right. You're further than you were, and I promise you'll never regret that. But make a decision now, because you just need to know how much volume, how many people, what is that going to look like? And then you got to decide to put in an unparalleled work ethic, because that's what it's going to take. You guys, if this were easy, everybody would do it. But it is simple. It is very simple, and all you got to do is you got to go out there and work for it. And where else can you work like this and get a return like we're going to give you? And this business has absolutely changed my life in every way possible. And there is nothing more rewarding than, I remember thinking of some of those months I went for a promotion and being like, oh my gosh, my kids are going to hate me, or, laundry's piled up to the roof. But you know what? My kids don't hate me. As a matter of fact, they want to be a black diamond. They want to be a black diamond. They want to, run the company. They love so much what they've seen from this company. So stop thinking of what you bring to your kids, and realize how you're inspiring your kids. If you're not getting criticism from people that are watching you work, if they're not criticizing your work ethic, if they're not saying you work all the time, do you ever set it down, then you're not working hard enough. If you're not getting critics out there, then you're not working hard enough. So I want to challenge you to put in more work in the next 2.5 days than you've ever put in this business. I can promise you, you will not regret where you land. And you can't say it's because you didn't try. The worst thing is to get to the end of the month and go, man, I could have done this. I could have done that. I could have done this. Don't end the month like that. Give it everything you got. And know that you're stronger than you think you are. Just when you think you don't have anything left, I want you to know that you're stronger than you think you are. Make one more call. Ask one more person. Follow up again. If they still say no, even with a $20 coupon code, say, what is holding you back? Don't be afraid to ask the questions, because, again, I would rather have tried and said, oh, well, than get to the end and go, coulda, woulda, shoulda. And I don't want that for any of you, because I've had too much of that myself. So you guys, I'm excited. I can't wait to see where you land at the end of this month. Morgan, thank you for putting this together, and let's continue to learn from each other.
Thank you so much for hopping on here.
Yay!
Oh, so good. Okay, so Courtney Sharp, you are up next. If you could unmute yourself.
What is up? Cammy just got me so hype over here. Dang. What's up, girl?
Happy pregnancy!
Crazy. Oh, Morgan's like, yeah, I know. Y'all, that's what this business, like, it's like you start making all this money, then you like retire your husband, and next thing you know, like he's grabbing your butt all day, and then you're pregnant 3 times now. I'm serious, y'all. Okay, so I want to show you something first. Look at what I got. I got my thing. My presidential diamond. You guys, oh my gosh. I have like, this thing. I held Dorit Knellers. I held Melody McFarland's. I took selfies with them, and I just like, one day, I promise you guys, one day I'm going to have my own. And the belief, everything, Cammie and Pam and Morgan, everything they said, you guys, take it in. I'm for real. Believe that. Like, belief is like belief in action. It's, the critics. My family was on me 24/7. I mean, I had people telling me I was neglecting my daughter. I had people telling me my family would make up rules like whoever looks at their phone at the dinner table is going to have to do the dishes. I mean, they knew that was going to be me because I was on my phone all the time. I had a goal. I had a dream. I saw these women were rocking it and killing it. I was on every Zoom I could ever get on. I mean, I just soaking it all up, you guys. And if it can happen for me, holy cow, anybody can do this thing. I don't know if all of you guys know my story, but I'm a recovering heroin addict, me and my husband actually. And, I waited tables, never really thought, I thought I messed up too much. In and out of jail, rehab, never really thought that I had a chance for a good life, to make good money, or to, be somebody, really. And this business changed everything for me, y'all. I've been in this for 3 years, and 5 months after I joined, I went double diamond. And I went from diamond to double in 3 days, right? And those 3 days, I had to come up with, it was a team effort, but we were like 3,000 in volume away. And you guys, just like whoops, my bad. Just like Cammie said, like I made it up in my mind for these 3 days. I'm going out swinging. I'm not going to sit around and think shoulda, coulda, woulda. I had a conversation with my upline, and she said, I said, do you think I can do that? Or is that crazy? And she was like, you can do it. I know you can do it. And if you don't sorry, y'all. If you don't have the belief in yourself right now, if that's what you're struggling with, have a conversation with your upline and borrow their beliefs. Like after I got off the phone with her, I was like, okay, she thinks I can do this. I'm going to do it. Like I'm going to at least give it all I got. And so for the next 3 days, dude, it happened. Like people were coming out of nowhere. People who weren't even on my radar. That is a testimony to God, to the business that we're a part of, to the company we are, to who we are. You put in the work. That's all it is. You put in the work. God's going to honor it. He's going to bless your effort. He's going to send you people from out of nowhere. In every situation, even if it's every negative situation, you guys, find the positive. There is a positive, even if it's just a lesson learned, okay? Even if it's just a lesson learned, that's leadership. That's not being naive. That's not being stupid. That's being a leader. So when you're talking to your team and when, I don't even know where that came from, but if anything negative is going on, find the positive in every situation. But yeah, I went double, was insane. Earned $55,000 in bonuses. My paycheck went, listen, y'all, joined this business broke. Spent my last dime. Okay, it wasn't even all my dime. It was some of my mom's money. I had a baby. My baby's dad was in prison. Joined this business just on a whim. Like, I hope. What if, maybe this can happen for me. Joined. 5 months later, I got a $6,000 commission check for going double diamond. And all those critics, they can't tell me nothing now. I mean, after that, I was double diamond for a year. Went to my first conference. I mean, sat there. I watched the top 150, and I said, I will be on that stage. I promise. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Quit looking around you. Quit looking at them. Just like she said, look within. That's the whole thing is I finally got in the mirror and I'm like, what? Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's prove some people wrong, Courtney. Like, you can do this. Look how far you came already. And I'm like, I'm going to be a top 150. I will. I promise, next conference, I'm there. I'm there. And you know what that did? I wasn't saying that just to get everybody else happy. No, I said that with everything in me. That was for me. That was for me. And I'm like, I'm doing what I got to do. And so I went home and I got my butt to work and I found out, just like Pam said, I had a conversation with everyone on my team. I said, who's it going to be? Because if it ain't you, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Believe I will be on that stage. And it came around, y'all, and I got that email. I hit triple diamond and I was number 130 in the company. And it was just so crazy. And now to go presidential diamond, you guys, this happened because I took it. I took this mug. I didn't sit there and wait for this. This didn't fall in my lap, y'all. I took this mug. I took it. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I was supposed to have 2 minutes. Sorry, y'all. My bad, Morgan. You know I can't do time.
Oh my gosh, I love you. I told them who I was getting on the Zoom, and I was like, Courtney Sharp, and they're like, ah! My team is just slightly obsessed with you. Okay, so Kay, you are up next if you want to unmute yourself, and after Kay, it's Ashley Renow, if y'all are all on here. I know some people are not able to talk.
I'm cracking up. I'm like, I got to bring some energy to this thing now.
Yeah, let's put that in here. We should try to hype this up a little bit.
Courtney, you are so amazing. That's the first time I've ever been on a Zoom with you, and I'm hearing you. I'm loving this. This is like so much fun.
She's the best.
I love you. I'm just going to share quickly, you guys. This is a special month coming up, November, and this time of year, fall, is when I promoted Ambassador Diamond. And kind of piggybacking on what Mom was saying earlier, I remember specifically going ambassador and making the decision, just like Morgan was saying, that I am Ambassador Diamond. And that's the same decision that I made when I said, you know what, I am Black Diamond. And things are shifting in such a beautiful way for our team right now to showcase what's coming next as a Black Diamond team. And it does come from belief. And I want to tell you guys that when I made the decision to go ambassador, that everything lined up. Every person lined up, our team lined up, it literally, like everyone is saying, it felt like it came from the sky was falling and money was falling out and lawyers were signing up and distributors were coming out of nowhere. And we made it happen. And I remember Thanksgiving feeling kind of overwhelmed for like a second and going, how am I going to pull this off in Thanksgiving? You know, I felt like everyone was busy, right? Well, that's not the truth. The truth is I had made the decision that I was going Ambassador Diamond, and within 2 days we got it all done. And we had been working on it for 4 months. But in 2 days, it's like it all fell together. And I remember specifically getting a phone call from Mark Pentecost, and he's like, you know, at the time I was Souter, and he was like, you know, way to go, Souter, like you made a smart decision. And I remember my paycheck just catapulted. And it was just the most beautiful feeling. And I'll never forget that. And that's the same feeling that I'm carrying to the next level. And so I just say, you got to decide. And if you want just a way to get aligned with your dream and your vision, I will share with you the way that I get aligned with my dream and my vision. And that is, I take quiet time to myself. And I have quiet time amidst being a mom of a 7-month-old son and a 2.5, almost 3-year-old son. I take quiet time to myself, and I have my journey. Because I read some to my team and I feel like it helps them just kind of understand where I'm coming from. But I love this, and this is just a little bit of money mantra. If you want some money mantra in your life and you feel like you need to be in a state of excess, I love money and money loves me. I am so generous because money is limitless. I live and play in a state of excess and overflow. I always have what I need and forevermore. I am excited to see where money comes from next. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am a money magnet. I create wealth and prosperity with ease. I am Black Diamond. Money flows easily to me. I attract my dream clients. My dream clients come to me. My team is promoting and we are a promoting team. And those are some of the ways that I start my every single morning. Every morning, I get pen, paper, I have my keto coffee, and I have my quiet time with my journal. And I'm telling you what, you guys, some of the other ones I put down are like, my clients place massive orders. My team is loving the team unity. My leaders are promoting. My leaders are on fire. Our team is on fire. We're having so much fun. There's so much team unity. I mean, I just get into a state of flow. And I'm telling you, things have shifted in such a dramatic way for our team this year because I have unwavering faith in my team. And that's why our leadership retreat this year was faith over fear. And if I could give you any advice, is just to be the most authentic, best version of yourself and know that you are capable of everything you want and more. And when you get in a state of knowing, there is no stopping. God is just going to bless you in your life with everything you want because all you have to do is step into it. And that comes from belief. So that's what I'm doing. I work, I do the hours, I do the power hours, I do the host to post, I do all the things. But it comes from a state of inspiration. It comes because I have belief in what I do. And if I could offer you anything in this place is just give yourself 5 to 10 minutes a day just to have that to yourself and watch the fire and the magic happen in your life unfold right before your eyes. I love it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing that. I love it because it really is all about mindset. Like we can share tips all day, but if you don't have the mindset and the belief that you can do it paired with that action, it's just not going to happen because you don't truly believe that it will. So I love that. That was so good. Thank you. Okay, Ashley Reneau, you are next, and then Jocelyn Yates, you are after her.
Hey guys. Okay, so a lot of people on here are probably even newer, and so this may seem like a whole lot of hype and excitement and not even really knowing where you're going. So if you're those people, I want to talk to you for a second because November is a huge month for me. I was able to walk away from my nursing career on my daughter's first birthday because of this business. But in November of 2013, I had my daughter. I had been watching this business, 2 other people do this business for 3 years. I said no and I ignored messages. So do not ever give up on people that you believe will be good in this business. But when I started, you guys, I was terrified. I didn't want to post on social media. I honestly signed up so I could say like, there, I tried it. It didn't work. But you guys, my best friend told me I was going to fail at this business. And that was the flip switch for me to prove her wrong. You guys, we were drowning so bad in debt. I was working as a night shift nurse, working 60 hours a week with a newborn and a 2-year-old. So the epitome of a crazy busy schedule. But what I did, we were drowning in debt so bad that we didn't even know how much debt we had. And I think so many people are like that. You don't know how much credit card debt you have. You don't know how much student loan. You just feel like it's a lot and it's overwhelming. And so what I did, I think Ashley has talked about it a lot as far as them paying off a lot of debt. But I sat down and we added up every single credit card we had, every student loan, and I wrote it all out on a chalkboard. And that was my roadmap with a chart next to it. So I knew every time I got a fast start bonus, every time I was going to promote, I was taking all that money and I was throwing it towards our debt. And I went Ruby in my first 26 days. I skipped Emerald and went Diamond the next month. I went double the following month and triple my four months in the business, triple, and I had a $10,000 paycheck. But you guys, I went from somebody that had no belief that I could do this business to figuring out why I wanted to do this business. I wanted out of debt, and I didn't want to be the mom sitting in a bathroom at the hospital watching my son swing a bat at a t-ball stand. I wanted to be the mom in the bleachers. So as cliche as that sounds, when we tell you to figure out, how your why is going to make you cry, that is what you have to figure out. What are you missing, or what do you yearn or desire for? That's what's going to make you work this business, and that's what's going to attract people to you because the passion you're going to have. So, one thing that people, I feel like, are scared to talk about this business, especially if you maybe haven't had a lot of success yet, or you haven't made money where you feel like you've got something to present to people. Talk about where you're going. I talked about the debt I was going to pay off. I talked about what I was going to be able to do with this business. That is what's going to attract people to you, and they're going to want to do it with you because, like we said, if you don't have belief in yourself, go to your enroller and borrow their belief till you have it, but your potentials are going to borrow your belief too. So go out there and talk about what you want, run after it, and it's going to follow you guys. So that's what I've got. I know that you can do this. Don't stop. If you've lost some momentum, you've got to get it going again, because that momentum just continues to build. So always have a chart out where you're going next, and you guys are going to get there. You're going to get everything you want, but figure it out, write it down. There's so much power, like Kay said, in writing what you want, writing your thoughts, and that's really going to help. So congratulations, Morgan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that. Okay, so let's see, Jocelyn. You want to unmute yourself and
Yes. All right. So I want to be quick, but I've got two different points that I wanted to make. One kind of popped up as Ashley was talking, and this is something that I think is so true. Sometimes we look at other people that are super successful and we wonder, why is it so easy for them? Like, why are they able to like go ambassador and then have all this stuff happen to them, or go presidential so easy? And the thing that's just really sticking out to me, especially now that I'm a mom, you know, Taylin can't talk, obviously. So when she's crying and when I see she's upset, I don't know what's wrong with her. And so many times I wish she could just tell me exactly what's wrong, or ask for exactly what she wants to solve her problem, right? And we all know we would do anything for our kids if they asked us. And it's the same thing with our Heavenly Father. If you don't ask him, he can't help. But if you ask him for what you are looking for and seeking for, then that's when he can touch your life and touch your business. So make sure that you are asking. You know, the scripture, Matthew 7:7, ask and ye shall receive. You have to ask. And then the second thing I just wanted to share, especially as you are working on these promotions, lock arms with the people that are working so hard. My two most recent diamonds, I made them my accountability partners, and we held each other accountable every single day. And it would be at the beginning of the month, we would figure out exactly how much volume away we were. And then every single day we figured out, okay, in order to hit this goal, we need to sign this much every single day. And then we were accountable to each other every day on the customers and distributors that we needed. And so make the people that you're pushing towards your accountability partner, or find somebody else on your team or a sideline that's pushing for the same goal. When you are, you have an accountability partner that has the same goal as you, you're going to stay on that same level and push each other the same equal amount. And honestly, I think with those two things, asking and then partnering and with the people that have that same goal as you, that's going to be what takes you to that next level.
That's so good. Oh my gosh, I have chills from like everybody that speaks. Okay, Chelsea Taylor, you're next, and then Lauren, you're after her.
Hi guys. Okay, so I am going to talk a little bit about the month that I went presidential, because it was crazy, like so crazy. Oh my gosh. So I am feeling so honored to be on here with everybody tonight. So I just wanted to say that, like, everybody is speaking so much life into everybody, and it's just making me so fired up, like I could cry. Okay, so in March 2016, I went presidential. I was 70 distributors away, maybe more, and about 30,000 BV. And I was not ready. I was nowhere ready. I did not have a brain cell for presidential. Like, I literally was not ready at all. But I just got back from conference, so this is a little bit of how important conference is. We had just got back from conference, and the double good bonuses were announced, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I am not ready, but I am gonna go for it. So I just decided, like everyone's saying, just decide. I decided I was doing it. And one of my biggest tips, every single promotion I've ever gone for, I wrote it on my mirror. And whenever I looked at it in the morning, like first thing when I woke up in the morning, it was the first thing I looked at. And so that reminded me every time I was going for promotion to look, when I was looking in the mirror, what I had to do that day to make it happen. So that was for every promotion. And every time I hit that promotion, because I was looking at it every single day and I never forgot it. So like I said, I was over 30,000 BVOA and I was just so like, how am I going to do this? Like, we went for it, and I just partnered with all the people who were ready and kept like accountability. And every single day we were keeping each other accountable. And exactly like Jocelyn said, we would find out what we needed, and we would just do it. And so like, how many fit packs do you need to get that 400 box? How many fit packs do you need to, fill that spot that's dead, whatever it is. And we just did it. And so another thing that's was super inspiring for anybody going Emerald or Diamond, I had 2 girls on my team 2 days before the month ended. They were 3,000 BVOA, and they made it happen down to the last second, literally the last second. We were just refreshing eSuite over and over and over again. And they did it. They just were messaging. They were doing everything. They did it all organically, 3,000 BV in 2 days. And it was just so crazy. Like, I have chills thinking about it and talking about it right now. So, another thing that we did is we reached out to family and friends. Can you do me a favor? I'm going for the biggest promotion I've ever gone for. And can you do this for me? Like, this means so much to me. Like, asking for a favor. And you honestly wouldn't be so surprised at who is going to support you in reaching that goal. So, last thing that I'm going to end off with, there was absolutely no doubt in my mind. Like, I literally, anytime it popped into my head, I was like, no, like, goodbye. We are going Presidential Diamond. Like, that thought is out of my head right now. And anytime my leaders would be like, do you think we can do this? Like, stop, we're doing it. Like, stop. And just literally stop yourself. Like, you guys have 2 days to do this, and you can do it. You can do anything in 2 days. Like, I saw people bring in BV who had never brought in BV before, and just like ask for favors. And it was just crazy. And distributors too. Like I said, we were 70 distributors away at the beginning of the month, and there were no promotions at that time. Like, we just did it, and it was crazy. So I am so excited to see you guys all reach your goals, and just know that it is possible, and just speak it into existence, because it will happen.
Thank you so much. It's crazy. I just had a girl on my team text me. We were like in a group text this whole time. They were like, I'm 3,000 from Diamond and I'm going to do it. Then you said I had 2 girls 3,000 away and they promoted, and I was like, did you just hear that? And they're I was like, y'all, this is from the Lord. What is happening? What I want y'all to hear too are these people like that promoted, whether it was easy or hard or whatever, but y'all, it was not perfect. Like, don't look at somebody and be like, oh, they promoted because everything just was perfect. When we say stuff fell into place, we mean God brought that volume. We don't know where the heck it came from, but we don't mean that it was like easy and effortless. And we just sat on the couch and we were just like, oh my gosh, my eSuite says Presidential now. That's so weird. Like,
no, like, literally though, sorry to cut you off, but like, down to the last second, like, I'm not, like, my promotion didn't roll through till the next day. Like, I didn't know if I hit it or not. And I was just like, we were sitting there and I was with my upline and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what just happened? And it did not load. Like, it literally did not load till the next morning. And then we just all woke up to it and it happened. So down to the last minute. And even if it doesn't show up, just wait, like, it will show up.
That's so exciting. And whenever you're talking about the people on your team that were like, I don't know if we can do this, like, and you're like, no, there's no other option. Sorry, we're doing this. I was on a Zoom with somebody, y'all may not know them yet, but you will, I feel like. They're not on my team. I'm just like a big fan of them. So I like talk about them all the time. But the guy's name is Sean Wisser, and he was talking and he was like, it's from a book, but he was like, plan A or you die. And plan A is promoting, and there is no plan B. You either promote or you die. Like, that's your only 2 options. So you're going to promote. Like, that's kind of how our mindset has been this whole month. And that was how Chelsea's mindset was whenever they promoted. So just have that mindset that just to go all in, because the worst thing that can happen is you're way stinking closer than you were before. Okay, Lauren, you're next. Then Allie, you're after her.
All right. Hey, thanks for putting this together, Morgan. I'm super excited for you guys. And I love October because that was the month that I promoted to the first VIP rank of Triple Diamond. And so that was really special to me. I was 10 months in the business when I hit Triple Diamond. And then in November, got to see my first 5-figure check, 10,000 or above. That was just unbelievable for me. And at the time, I was not a mass enroller. There weren't Instagram stories, there weren't polls. So I was not bringing in tons of loyal customers and distributors myself. So I knew in order to make these promotions happen, it wasn't about being a mass enroller. It was about being a teacher and a mentor and a master communicator, really talking to those people constantly, setting goals every single day, really giving each person an individual goal, and letting them know that you've made this decision, they've made this decision, it's happening. Everyone keeps saying that. There's not an if, it is like no. It's not like people would say, oh, I hope it's going to happen, or I hope so. It's like, no, this is happening. So you have to communicate that confidence. You have to let them know that it is happening no matter what. So individual goals for each person on that chart, whether that's a 400 box, whether that's getting 2 more BOGOs, you have to look specifically at what they need and communicate it to them. Don't just tell them get 100 more BV. Tell them how many Mocha Dreams they need to get. Tell them how many more Fit Packs they need to get. Specific goals. And now that we're down to just 2 days left in the month, put in a flash sale tomorrow. Like, I'm talking specific things that you can do. A flash contest for your team, right? Who can get a customer tomorrow? Let's see how many people. And maybe they get a reward with you at conference, dinner at conference, some special time together, coffee when you get down to Florida. You have to lead your team, and not just, and remember, it's not just about you. You're not the only person promoting here. They're all setting their own individual goals, and that you have to bring them along and, guide them through this. So contact anybody that has ever gotten samples for you to put in that order. Make sure that you're running declines, but don't forget, guys, about your current customers. If you have a few boxes that are shy of 400, go back to those current customers and see if they're going to place that BOGO order for Defining Gel. See if they want some fat fighters, because Thanksgiving's next month, guys. Get in that order right now. Start thinking and getting creative of the ways that you can get those current customers ordering too. But remember, guys, this is not just about you and you doing all the work and you staying up 24 hours. Your team needs to be doing this also. So challenge them and let them know that they're also responsible for getting 2 people to get fat fighters tomorrow, getting 2 people to get a Fit Pack tomorrow. Set those goals and celebrate when they happen. And remember, yes, you can do it all on your own, but it's a lot more fun when you do it with your team. So I'm super proud of all you guys. I love this time of the year, and just keep rocking it.
That last line, though, that was so good. You can do it by yourself, but it's so much more fun to do it with your team. I like that. Thank you so much. Allie, you're next. And then Megan Benson is next after her. I don't know if she got on, but if you are, just know you're after Allie.
All right. Hey, guys. Well, Lauren teed me up like absolutely perfectly. So thanks, Lauren. Because something that actually is on my heart just from earlier tonight, I had somebody on my team message me, and she is rebuilding. She's getting really close to double. And she said, okay, I've got a girl who's going to go Ruby. And she's just like, she said she's like 200 BB away. And she goes, so do I just let her do it? And do I go somewhere else, or do I help her? And I said, you help her. She's like, well, I want her to feel that satisfaction of promoting and achieving that on her own. And I said, winning is so much better when you're winning with a team. And you think about any sports team, there's individual sports, but the second that individual wins, they go to their coach, right? Like if someone hits the home run, their whole team is waiting there to cheer them on. So there is something magical that happens when you are closing in on something. And Morgan, I know you're feeling this right now, because it is like, okay, I got 100 BB. You got 36 BB. Wait, okay, you just did a Fit Pack? That's awesome. Like, you're just back and forth and messaging and the energy and the hype, and it's so fun. And what is happening when that happens is not only are you getting ready to promote, but you are building trust and loyalty and depth in your relationships. And so when you have that, it's building those relationships in such a more rock solid foundation that you're going to go to that next level that much faster and that much stronger. So like so many people have said tonight, you just have to decide it. You have to lock arms with the right people, and you have to go. I mean, I will never forget when it was the first dash that I was maybe going to be in the running for, and I was a brand new triple diamond, and I had qualified, or I knew I was like in the early running, and I said, I have to go presidential in June to see if it's going to really happen. Like, I just didn't think income wise I'd be there if I didn't hit presidential. And I found somebody who wanted to run, and her and I, we took her to Diamond in 9 weeks, and we did locked arms, and we took that chart from triple to presidential in 9 weeks, and it was insane. But we did it because we had just decided that that's what was going to happen. I had unbelievable other leaders. Everybody was working together. But you guys, those relationships that we built like digging those trenches, like that's the ones, those people in the trenches with you, those are the ones that are going to carry you through the business. So don't be afraid to like get deep and be on the phone constantly and blow someone up at 6 a.m. because when they're ready to respond to you at that time, you know they're the right one working with you. So just grab the right people, grab the ones who are showing up, and just run with them all the way.
I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, Megan, did you get on? Megan Benson? She messaged me on Facebook and said she wasn't able to get on, but now there's room. So, okay, let's skip over her for now. We'll come back. So Hannah Neal, are you on? And then Cheyenne, you're next. I almost called you Cheyenne because I always call you Shay. Cheyenne, you're next.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, my name is Hannah. I love everything that everybody is saying tonight. And I think like the whole, like, you know, just a lot of what everybody is saying is mindset. And it is so true. Like you just have to make that decision that you're going to promote. I was at Triple Diamond for longer than I wanted to be. And I went to Green Carpet down in Florida this year. And for so many months, I was like, you know, I was triple, but in my head, I kept on just saying like, oh, maybe I'll push for presidential this month. Like I'll try to make it happen. You know, maybe this is my month, just like kind of what Morgan was saying at the beginning of this. And then I was, like I said, I was down in Florida, and there was all these people on stage who had been like in the business for the same amount of time as me. They were no different than me. And they were all like, oh, I'm a presidential. I've been in for 3 years, or I've been in for 2 years. I'm a presidential. And I got mad. And I don't know if anybody else has ever felt that way, but like mad in a good way, not necessarily like I wasn't hating on them, but yeah, like I just felt like, you know, why isn't that me? Why am I not doing this? I should be up there. Like I joined before you, or, you know, whatever. And I left there with just like, I think that's why events are so important to get there, because you realize that there are people on stage doing it and they are no different than you. And I just decided, I made that decision right there in that arena, and it was, and that's what made all the difference. And I just went home and decided with my team, and there was no other option. I didn't, you know, I was no longer in that mindset of like, oh, well, maybe if presidential doesn't happen this month, we'll just be closer. Like it was like plan A or you die, just like Morgan was saying. And even towards the end of the month, like people started to get worried, like volume, you know, was further off than we had projected it to be, because, you know, declines happen, people change autoships. And, you know, my team started to like kind of have that doubt creep in. But for me, there was no other option. And just some, you know, just to give some tips on kind of strategy, because, you know, that's part of it as well. I think mindset is like 90%, and then there's like 10% strategy. But I think the best thing to do is go all the way to the bottom of your chart. Look at those people, even in, you know, 400 boxes who have just started, like help them get, you know, their product credit, help those people in those executive boxes, get them excited for executive. It starts, you know, all the way at the bottom, working towards, you know, the top, and getting everybody working together to bring that volume in. The month I went presidentials in August, and we brought in like over 40,000 in volume in 6 days, just because of that 100% belief that there was no other option. We were doing this, we were all in, and I promise you, like, you can make magic happen. And yeah, I mean, that's really what I got to say. Just don't have another option. Put your head in and say you're doing this.
That's so true. So true. Okay, next. Well, I don't know if Megan Benson's on. I just tried to message her, but I don't know if she is. So Cheyenne, you want to go ahead? And then Ashley Mayfield, you're next.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
That's your color, girl. You look good.
Oh, I look great.
You couldn't look up.
I'm like 120 BB for presidential, so I'm really happy. I'm sweating profusely just sitting here. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm 20, so I'm very young, and so I kind of just wanted to share little aspects of that because I know that, you know, as we've gone, I'm literally shaking like a throw up. I know, so it got super close. Okay, so I just feel young, and we're kind of changing this to, you know, bring in a younger crowd, and I love that. And so when I joined, I was very, very criticized, and I still am, just because people are mean when they're young. High school was awful, and then college didn't get any better. So I just wanted to, you know, like, a lot of people are scared to post, or you're scared to go all in just because you're afraid of what people have to say about you. And honestly, that's what got me to where I am. I remember being in high school, and literally people would just say the most awful things to me down the hall. When I graduated, like, walking across the stage, people were like, you should use a wrap, like, literally awful things. And that fired me up so bad and so much, where I was just like, you know what, like, plan A or B, die. That's what I had. So I literally just took it and I ran with it. And I went Diamond 3 days after I graduated high school, and I was like, hello. Yeah. So then I pushed and pushed and pushed, and I wanted to kind of just mention this because I love, you know, not only sharing, you know, the great parts, but just the parts that weren't so great, is when I lost rank so badly. I lost rank from Diamond to Executive. And I always share that because I'm not going to sit here and act like everything's been rainbow and butterflies. And I knew, like, okay, I lost rank so bad. I can either sit here, throw a pity party, or I can sit up and put my big girl pants on and go for it. And so I maintained Executive in January. In February, I got Diamond back. In March, I went double. In July, I went triple. And now here we are in October, I think, and I'm going Prez. And so I kind of just wanted to say, like, if you're being criticized, you're doing something right. And people are always going to have something to say about you, no matter if you're doing something super good or super bad. And they're not paying your bills ever. And it will never matter. And your goals and your bills and everything that you need to handle is going to be handled by you in the end. And just making sure that you're showing up. Like, the most successful people in this business are people that were on the Zooms before they even started. They were the ones that, you know, their leaders never had to text them and say, hey, how's it going? Like, you haven't posted today. They were the ones where we texted them and told them, hey, I posted. Was it good? Like, you have to be the one that's going to show up and sit there front row and know that you're going to be that very first person to get the things done and not be told what to do and not be told to get on the Zoom. And, you know, just making sure that you're showing up. And I wanted to touch on this because I haven't really heard it. Promotion months, they're fun. They're great. There are so many things that are amazing about them, but it's going to feel like everything is crashing and burning sometimes. Like, I remember when I went triple, I was blocked from iMessage for like 9 days, couldn't message anybody, got blocked from Instagram. My Instagram got canceled. This month, my dad got in a really bad car accident a couple of weeks ago, and it was like that happened. Another thing happened. I couldn't get in my Instagrams. Both of them were blocked out. Like, you're going to feel like everything is going to be against you, but that's the devil. The devil is going to do everything he can to defeat anything that's good going on in your life. And if you're promoting, that's life-changing. That's going to be something that's going to completely transform everything that you're doing, and the devil is going to do everything in his power to ensure that it doesn't happen. Push back harder. Something happens, push back again. If something else happens, and maybe, like, I can't tell you how many freaking times I've been promoting and a 400 box cancels out of nowhere. You lost the volume. There's nothing you can do other than put one foot in front of the other and replace it. It's already happened to me, and I had to redo it, and here we are. So everything's going to look like it's just crashing, and you're like, okay, maybe this is a sign like I should just, like, give up. No, push more, put in more work, because it's not time to give up. It's time to push harder and either have a plan A or no plan B at all. That's all. I'm going to go Prez.
Yay! Okay, let's just pause and be like, woo, for her, because she's so freaking close to Prez. I'm so excited. We've been texting like every single day this whole entire month. And just in case anybody missed that, she said that she was paid as executive in January. So
$203 to be exact.
And her paycheck's gonna be a little bit more than that next month. I'm just saying. So if y'all are executive right now, think about if you work as hard as she did, where you could be in 10 months from now. That's next August. Well, I'm not very good at math. I think that's next August. But think about where you would be. Yes, $203 in January. And she was executive.
And God will provide, because Morgan called me and we prayed over our promotions, and I don't know where the heck half of this volume came from. I don't know. It just popped out of nowhere, and we just call it God's volume. So God will provide. You just got to ask, like Jocelyn said.
That's so amazing. Oh, I love that. I'm so excited for you. Okay, Ashley Mayfield. Now, I'm going to have to ask you if you could please try to be excited and try to have a little bit of energy.
All right, well, listen, first and foremost, I was like, who the heck put this lineup up? I cannot go after Cheyenne. Like, what the devil? But then as she's talking, guys, I did not pick up my pen. I wrote 2 notes that I was going to say. The second note says, if it feels like it's falling apart, you're doing it right. That is what my second note says, guys. What she just said is gold. If you were at the moment, I remember I went presidential last month, whoop, whoop. And, you know, I did all these things that the ladies were talking about. I was doing the journaling. Y'all just got to mute yourself because I'm talking now. I'm just kidding. So I was doing the journaling. I was doing everything that I knew to do. But there, like a week before I went pres, I literally looked my Jason dead in the face. I was like, it's not happening. Shut up. Stop talking to me about it. It felt like it was not happening. Guys, if you're not having that moment, if you're not having a holy crap, it's all falling apart moment, you are doing it wrong, okay? You are the freaking captain of your ship. You will hear me say that every time I speak because it's freaking true. You are in control. It is in your mind. You are not a victim. No one is coming to save you. You better nail your promotions. So last month in Grand Rapids, or last month, oh my gosh, can you see how long, like, what has it been, 5 years? So earlier this month at Grand Rapids, I want to share something with you real quick. I want to share two more thoughts and then I'm done. The first one is for those of you that are promoting. First and foremost, congratulations, okay? So I had the ability to speak at a VIP training and I taught them something, and so I want to teach you guys it, okay? If you guys have ever played rock, paper, scissors, there's a little church version, all right? Jesus came and found me, y'all, all right? I didn't roll up in the church. He found me. He came and snatched me. And there's a church version called Gorilla, Man, and Gun. And if you tie, you die. Okay, gorilla, man, and gun. If you tie, you die. And so I kind of adopted that philosophy earlier this year or a year ago in my business. You have your dreams, you have your goals, you have the things that you have your eyes on, you have your dream board, okay? And that's in this hand. And as you go, your ambition and you're moving and you're moving and you're moving. If you tie, if you match your ambition with your goal, you will die. You guys, success takes people out more than anything in the game. I am telling you, you get what you want and then you settle. You get what you want and then you stop working hard to maintain it. You don't have a what's next. You right now, if you are promoting, Cheyenne, Morgan, all of y'all that are promoting, that have already promoted, that are about to promote, you better know what's next. You better have it written down. You better forget about presidential. You better get your eyes on ambassador. You better get your eyes on what, okay, I'm going to take this person triple. I'm taking this person. It's this income, whatever the what next is, because if you tie, you die. So as you know, you're coming close to finishing that dream, coming close to checking that off, coming close to that road mark in your map. You better start dreaming bigger. Your ambition cannot chase, or it cannot catch your dream. If you tie, you die. Okay. Now listen, I want to talk to you about those of you that come up short. All right. I'm a realist. There's 480 people on here. Some 481. Congratulations, whoever jumped on. Hi, I'm Ashley Mayfield. Guys, you might fall short. You are not they hopped off. Never mind. They said, Mayfield's on. We out. Oh, they're back. All right, listen, focus. So listen, if you come up short, you did not fail. You are not a loser. You better not have no gosh darn freaking pity party. You better pick it up and you better hit the ground running. You better start dreaming bigger. You better start locking arms more. You better stop being stubborn. You better get your upline involved, get your sidelines involved. You better get some accountability. You better keep running. I don't care if they extend rank up bonus or not. I'm so tired of this. Well, I'm not going to promote because there's no rank up. Y'all might just walk away now if you're going to start doing something for a bonus, okay? You could have think I had a pretty pity party when I went triple in April. I didn't get no rank up bonus, and guess what? I went triple, got my husband double. 12 hours later, Mark says, oh, if you go double diamond, we'll give you a $10,000 bonus. And if you go pres, we'll give you 25. And I was like, well, shoot, I just got my husband double 12 hours ago. And then I sat back and I said, no, I don't work for a bonus, guys. Our compensation plan is bomb, okay? So if you fall short, if you miss the mark, it is part of your story. Every single person that is on here has missed a mark. It is part of your story. Get out of your freaking head. You are not a victim. You didn't get it because you didn't earn it. All right, period, point blank. But it doesn't mean you can't pick it right back up next month. So your November 1st freaking starts right now. All right. It starts now. Keep running, and you're the gosh darn captain of your ship. So that's all I got to say about that.
Woo! Bringing the fire, bringing that heat. Oh, that's so funny. Paris just said the heat at the same time as I did. Best friends. Okay. Next we have, I'm trying to go fast. If I comment on everything I want to say, we're never gonna get through this. Amy Spence, you are next, and then after her is Amanda Bouchard.
Amy's not on. She felt really sick all day, and so she went to bed.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Amanda, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yay! Hey, how are you?
I feel like I can't go after everyone. There's so many good. I have like so many notes from everyone. So thanks for having me on. I'll try to keep this fast. But everything that everyone has said, you guys just soak it all in, because that truly, truly is just what we all need to hear. And so I went presidential in May, and I will just say I was not planning it at all. And I was actually planning it either to go in June or July, but Aspen texted me. It was May 1st, I remember. I was right where I am now, just working. And she was like, Amanda, are you going presidential this month? And I'm like, heck no. Like, I still needed 2 diamonds. Like, we had just the craziest month. It was like, you know, almost summer. My kids were getting out of school. It was just so crazy. We had 2 trips planned, and I needed 2 full diamonds, and that's a lot of volume. And I was just so far in my head from it. But because somebody spoke life into me and they said, Amanda, like, you can do this. Like, look at where your team is going. Look at how amazing you guys are doing. Look at what you have done, everything up into here to prepare yourself for this. And as soon as somebody like spoke life into me, I'm like, you know what? If other people are seeing that I can do this, like, why am I not thinking I can do this? Like, why in my head am I thinking like, no way, I can't do this? Like, no, like, if somebody else can see that I can do this, then me, number one, needs to know I can do this. So you guys, you know, if you're upline, if you're sideline, if your accountability partner is saying, listen, you can do this, you can promote this month, you can get to Ruby, you can get to executive, you can get to diamond or double diamond or up. You can do it. If they see that you can do it, like, you absolutely 100% can do it. So as soon as I, you know, got off the phone with her, I was like, I can do this. Like, I looked at my chart, just like what everyone else says, like, find the people who are your key players and go to them and say, you know what? I am going presidential this month. I want to know if you want my double diamond spot. I want to know if you want my ruby spot or my executive spot. Find your key players and ask them and say, hey, this is what I'm doing this month. Do you want to go with me? And I guarantee when they think that, you know, you are going to be right there, or when they know you're going to be right there running with them and that you guys are going to do this together, they're going to jump on board with you. And if not, then you go to the next person down. But it all comes from within you plus that work. So belief plus work equals that success. And just a few things that I did, you guys. I remember there's another presidential diamond. She might be ambassador now, and I don't even know who said it, but whoever does, I give them all of my love and everything, because they said, when I went presidential, I listened to The Secret every single day. And I remember hearing that. And so you know what I did? And it was a little bit before that. Me and my team, my key players, guess what we did? Every single day, we listened to a glimpse of The Secret every single day. It was just playing on the background while we were working. Every single day, there was not a day that went by that we were like filling up our minds and our bodies and our souls with just goodness. We spoke life into each other every day. So not only speaking life into yourself, but also your team. Like, hey, how are you doing? Like, you totally got this. Like, you know, and there are going to be like crazy ups and downs. I remember like, my husband was out of town for, you know, like 5 days. My kids were sick. Our air conditioner broke. Like, and I remember, like, I used my accountability partners. I don't know how many times I would get them on the phone and be like, I just need to talk. And I would like vent to them and be like, this and this is happening. And I would be, you know, let myself vent for a little bit. And then for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I got myself to work. And that's what it came down to. I woke up at 4 o'clock every morning, went to bed at midnight every morning. And sometimes, you guys, that was a push month because I was promoting. And push months, I always say, like, you work like 2, 3, 4 times harder than you typically would, but that reward that you get at the end is just amazing. And it was the craziest, month that I've ever pushed in my entire business. But guess what? It was the easiest promotion. I promoted like a day early. My volume was set. Like we were celebrating. We had the end of the month to celebrate. Like, it was just so fun and amazing. So we listened to The Secret every day. Before that, on May 1st, you guys, I talked to my family. I have 2 little boys and my husband, and I said, you guys, I'm pushing this. I am going to be working from the minute you guys see me in the morning to the minute you guys go to bed. Like, mommy is going to be on her phone. And guess what? Every day, like, we would celebrate loyal customers. Like, when they would come in, we would like high five each other, like, yay, a loyal customer came in. And they were coming, just like what Courtney said, they were coming from out of nowhere. It was just crazy, and huge amounts of orders, because every day I would go to bed and I said, Lord, please bring me people I can help tomorrow. Lord, thank you for the people you brought me today. And I'd wake up and I'd say, I'd pray for my team, pray for the people I could help today. So that belief, you guys, and asking, like what everyone said, like, ask. If you want something, you put it out there and you ask it. You ask that, Lord, I want this. Please show me the way how I can get this. Let's see what else. I wrote up on a bunch of things. I did team contests. Team contests were so huge just to keep everyone going. Believe every ounce that you can do it. Sorry, I'm trying to talk really fast. And you know what? Like, just know when you put that work into it, when you believe, like, there is no other option. Like, if you're going executive this month, or if you're going Ruby this month, just know, like, you know what? You can do it. You see these people on here who were like 3,000 BV and they need it in like 48 hours or 72 hours, and they did it. But guess how they did it? They believed in it. They didn't stop until they got it. They probably stayed up super late and woke up very early. They put, everything to God and just kind of said, you know what? My hands are down, and Lord, like, this is you. Like, show me the way to do this. And with our keto energy and our keto coffee, you guys can like stay up all night long. But just know, you guys, belief and mindset plus the hard work will take you to the results you want. It will take you to that success. But ultimately, it's up to you. It's up to what's in your mind and up to how hard do you really want to work for it. So hopefully I didn't talk too fast.
That was perfect. And I was just going to add to that, like, you talked about like how hard you have to work and like staying up late, waking up early. And there are some people that may be on this Zoom that are like, I love my sleep. I don't want to give up my sleep. Like, I'm not going to do that for a promotion. Y'all, I can tell you just without a doubt, and everybody else on this Zoom could tell you too, who's promoted at least one time, would sit here and tell you, you know what? I do not sit here now and look at my paycheck on the 8th of every month and think, I really wish I would have had an extra hour of sleep back in February 2016. I really missed that hour of sleep. Like, you don't care. You don't care, because you know that what you're like shooting for is so much bigger than that. So whenever I pay off my car in, one paycheck from this business, whenever I pay off credit card debt, whenever we retire our husbands and we get to stay home with our kids, we don't think, I wish that I would have had 30 more minutes of sleep.
Yeah, and then the thing is, sorry, I'm going to say really quick, when you are so pumped and you're so in your mindset because your head is down and you're working so hard at your goal, like sleep, it doesn't matter. Like, you're so energized. Like, God gives you like this amazing like energy that only like it works like crazy people get. Like, you get like this amazing energy that no matter what, like, you wake up and you're pumped. Like, I remember waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, typically, like, you're so tired, but you are so energy. Like, God gives you this energy. And so I prayed for that too. I said, Lord, like, let me wake up with full of energy. And you do. Like, it's crazy how the Lord works. So, okay, I'm done.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Jen Rupp, you're next. And then Charity Holden, you're after her. And then Kelsey Gordon. So, Jen, are you on here? I see your name, but can you unmute yourself?
Okay, I thought I did. Hi.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Oh, you just muted yourself again.
Okay, here we are. That was so good, Amanda. And I was just reminded of how much fun it is when you're pushing for that promotion, especially like in those last few days. You don't even care about an ounce of sleep. Like the ideas that are flowing into your mind and all of that is just, I don't know, it's so energizing. It's just nuts and it's so much fun. So if you're there, that's so awesome, exciting. So hi, I'm Jen, and October is pretty special for me too, because I decided in October. I had been at Double for 3 years and I got comfortable. You know, Double was a pretty awesome stay-at-home mom income, and I never expected to get there in the first place. So, but I got to the point where I was, I don't want to say pissed, but like just, I knew like I was just angry at it, you know, like I knew that I could do more. And I knew that there was more for me out there, you know? And so I just got to the point where I was pissed that I was still there and I was just ready for more. I was ready for triple. And I reached out to the ones that I needed to help me get there. And I needed to help them get where they needed to be. And I asked them, I told them what my plan was. And I asked them if they were with me. And I think that's one of the biggest parts too, is because you don't want to do it alone. It's so much more fun. Yes, we can, you know, work our tails off and whatnot and fill the boxes and fill the volume and fill the distributors, but it is so much more fun and so much more fulfilling to build those friendships and relationships to that deeper level of helping them promote and seeing what it does for their families and seeing what it does for their confidence and helping them win, you know? So hold hands and just find out who you're going to run with, you know, for that promotion. And let's see, we worked over the next couple months to set ourselves up coming out of conference in February, and we needed 12 distributors and 8,000 in volume. And conference was the 5th and 6th and 7th, I think, that year. And so we had what? 20 some days to make that happen. And like the rest of the gals are saying, you guys, when you set your goal out there and you stay focused and you have your head down, things just start to happen. Like the ideas just start to flow, like almost on overflow, which is so much fun. And you have to have notepads with you at all times because you need to write those names down. You need to write those ideas down. And it's just, yeah, it's so much fun. So my biggest thing is have confidence in the decision that you've made. Have confidence in it, like that belief, but also belief with confidence that you're going to make it happen and that you're able to make that happen. You know, you're worthy. And a couple things that also really helped me is make a sign that says I am. So I had one right in front of my kitchen sink because I'm, you know, in front of the kitchen sink multiple times a day. And it said, I am triple. And had a couple exclamation marks. Super simple, but, you know, really effective because our brain is so powerful at retaining that, even though we don't really realize it. You know, you're quickly glancing at it and reading it throughout the day and you're like, oh yeah, yes, I believe that, you know, you really start to believe it. And it helps create that confidence. My, another big tip, you guys, when I was shooting for Diamond, when I first started, I wanted to get Diamond in my first 3 months and I wanted to get that $10,000 bonus. What I did and what I still do for every promotion is I have my chart with me at all times. It doesn't stay at home when I know I'm going for the promotion. It's with me. It's in my purse. It's in my back pocket. And I only use pencil. I use pencil because my charts are a mess. And I love it that way, you guys. I love updating my chart. I love knowing exactly where everyone's at and being able to reach out to those distributors and say, this is where you're at. Look, and send them a picture and say, look how exciting this is. Oh my gosh, you only need this much left. I absolutely love charting, and I love just watching those numbers come down, 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 and making sure everyone knows exactly where they're at. So keep your chart with you and use a pencil. Let's see. Oh, I loved Earl Nightingale's 30-day challenge, listening to that every day. Honestly, the first time you listen to it, if you haven't heard it, it's quite annoying at first, just because his voice is so monotone. You're going to be like, what in the world is going on? But it is so effective. Like, really, it is. Like, you'll hear something each time that you didn't hear the time before. And that's exactly what you needed to hear. You know what I mean? Just little nuggets that he has. It's so good. It's also, again, those things to train your brain into that confidence, you know, and belief in yourself. Again, with your chart, not only do you need a pencil, but you need prayer. So sit your chart in front of you and just pray. Pray over the LCs that you haven't yet come in contact with. Pray over the LCs that haven't yet ordered, but you know, you're going to follow up with. Pray over the distributors that are still not on your chart yet. Pray over the distributors that are on your chart. Break it down and pray for each and every part of your chart. Praying is so huge because God moves you guys in the biggest ways that we couldn't do ourselves. So that's the biggest thing, pencil and prayer. I loved breaking down my promotions into chats. So I would say, say I have a Ruby that's promoting. That Ruby would be with me and their enroller and them, just the three of us. And it would say Susie to Ruby. I would name it. And then I would take a picture of the Ruby chart or the Ruby promotion like thing and put their name in it. So it already looks like she earned it. And then that would be the picture of, you know, so in your messenger, that's the picture of it. Just to help create that belief for that person, right? Because it says the chat is named Susie to Ruby and the picture's there and everything. And then in that chat, we keep the volume updated, we keep ideas going, we put post ideas, story ideas, all the things. And do that for all the people that are promoting. It just keeps you guys all on the same level and connected. Let's see. Oh, one of my biggest, I don't know which leader said this, but it was a couple years ago, and it's always stuck with me. A follow-up message, you guys, for people that have yet to order, no matter how long it's been. This is it, okay? So just write this down. I'm not sure if it makes a difference to you when you order, but I'm working really hard to reach a big goal, and it would make a huge difference to me if I can get you set up today. So like just starting off with, I'm not sure if it makes a difference to you or not. You know, it gets them thinking like, does it make a difference? Yeah, actually probably not. Oh, it makes a big difference to her? Let's help her out, you know? So that's worked out really, really well. And then know your number. Like know the number that, the volume is what I'm talking about, the number that you need. If it's 8,000 in volume, know what that is and then share that. Like if you have a cute letterboard, put that on there. Like the number of volume that you need to the exact amount and then the date that you need it by and post that and say, look what I'm after this month, you guys. Who wants to help me? Like, you know, make it cute. And then every single day, update that number and then post about that because people want to watch people that know where they're going, right? And it's exciting for them to watch you reach your goals. And you guys, people want to help. Like when they know exactly like what you need and they can feel like they can be a part of it, that's huge. People love that. So don't be afraid to share what you need. And be proud about it because you're making the number go down, right? And the other part for ending the month strong, I love that message that I just said. And then also use that search option. So we now have the search option that works on our phone for our timeline and Messenger. So you can search your messages and your timeline. And you can filter your timeline too if you want, which is so fun. By year and everything. You can go back 2 years ago and say, hey, I remember you were interested in our cleanse. Who cares? You know, you never know where they're at now. You know, where are your goals at right now? But use that search option in both Messenger and your timeline and search every single product that we have and search, you know, wholesale customers, search loyal customers, search keywords because you never know what's going to come up that you can send that message.
Did you just cut out? I don't know what happened. I don't know why it shows her face still, though. She's still on the Zoom. Let me see if her name is still on here. Yeah. That's super weird. Okay, well, let's do. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with Charity. If you want to unmute yourself, and then if Jen hops back on, she can just jump in after you're finished. So Charity, if you want to go ahead and start.
Hey, you guys. Okay, first of all, this lineup is like ridiculous. This is insane. I don't even understand what's going on right now. How are all these people on here, and how did you pull this off in like 42 seconds? I don't even understand how this is happening. Like, Morgan, from now on, you are planning all of my Zooms for me because this is way more organized than anything I could ever put together. So, all right. How many of you guys have ever heard, by the way, I'm Charity. How many of you guys have ever heard Pam talk about the D-Day? Have you guys ever heard about her talk about that decision day? She talked a little bit about it at the beginning, actually. It's one of the very first things I ever heard on a Show Me the Money call. And she was talking about when, I think it was like her and Big Daddy were in an argument because she hadn't made any money with It Works yet, and she didn't have any successful distributors, and, you know, she was always gone and something like that. And he was like, you know, well, you know, are you going to get this going? Whatever, you got to get this going. And she said, all of a sudden one day, I just like literally decided and had my D-Day and was like, that is freaking it right now. I am going to make this business work. And then obviously we all know what has happened to Pam Souter since then. So she also had said in that you'd have multiple D-Days. And I didn't really understand it at the beginning. I think I was like maybe an executive, or maybe I was just a distributor. So I didn't really understand what she was talking about. You know how like things evolve in your head or whatever. But I have had 4 of them, and I'm going to share them with you because I bet your bottom britches, there's at least one person on here that has had D-Days themselves. So I am the world's bossiest, most stubborn person, except Ashley Mayfield, who I'm pretty sure is more bossy than me, and that is insanely impressive. So, like, you guys don't say anything to her. I'm sure she can't hear this, but Justin's like, oh my God, she's frightening. I'm like, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? So, okay, so my first D-Day. I used to be a hairstylist. Here's my scissors that I no longer get to have. Never get tattoos of a career or a name of someone that you're never going to be with again. So I was at the salon and I was in the back room and I was not diamond yet. So I was a ruby with all these rubies all over the place because my enroller was like, let's do this. And then she like evaporated. So I just built rubies thinking I hit diamond someday. So I'm still a ruby. I'm at work. I get this client that comes in that's like, just the world's most bitchiest, most horrible person. She's like, oh my daughter, my hair, and if you could just get this, and it was like awful. This woman is literally the worst. And I went back in the back room, and all I had to eat, because I literally had like 8 seconds for my lunch, was a can of Campbell's soup. It was like vegetable Campbell's soup or something. Anyways, so I open it up, and this is like true, you guys. This is so pitiful. I'm in the back room with my cold Campbell's soup because I have 11 seconds before this woman's gonna like tell me she needs more coffee or something. And I'm eating cold soup out of a can, and I'm just crying. I don't want to do hair anymore. I just want to be a diamond. I just want to make much money. I don't want to, this lady's so mean. It's so bad. And then Justin just happened to be there, and who's my voice of reason. And he was like, then just go diamond. And I'm like, oh, wait, I can just decide to do that? So it was like, I don't know, maybe 10 days before the end of the month, I needed 1,300 in volume. I was basically the only person building it. And so I just got to work. I had no Facebook Messenger for the first 9 months I was in this business. So I did parties. So my first year I was in this business, I did 364 parties. This is not an exaggeration. So I was like coffee date queen, party queen. Like I didn't even know how to work Facebook, Instagram. I thought that was like a Chinese word or something. I didn't even know what that was. So I just got to work and I pulled all that volume in from about 4 parties the last 10 days of the month. So pushed it. Second D-Day. So I hit diamond. I like was so excited. I ran to the kitchen. I tore my shirt in half and I was like, I did it. True story. You can ask my husband. His friend was there and he was like, you were in your bra. And I'm like, I know, but I'm diamond. So, okay. So my second time that I had my D-Day it was on Valentine's Day, and we went to this little tiny restaurant, and I wanted to order the Christina James bottle of wine. It's a Pinot Noir. It's $26 and insanely expensive for me at that time. So it was Valentine's Day, and Justin's like, okay, well, we can splurge. If you sell a wrap, it'll make up for the $26 bottle of wine, which I did sell a wrap to the waitress, by the way. But I said to him, I was like, you know what? This is so stupid. Like, why are we not just pushing for double? This is insane. Like, I want a $26 bottle of wine life. Like, I don't ever want to have to buy, like, the boxed wine again. Like, I want Christina James every night, and I think I deserve to have that. So we pushed. We were 3,500 in volume away. It was February 14th. I woke up on February 15th. I didn't take a shower for 2 days. I ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in bed. I wound up getting a UTI because I forgot to use the bathroom, so don't do that. Go to the potty. And we hit it, and it was life-changing. So we sat at double for a hot minute, and then I wanted to go triple because here's what happened. So I started to get rid of a few days at the salon, right? But I still had to bring in that income because, yeah, I was a double, but Justin at that point had to quit his job because he was like, I'm going to be a wrap guy, and I don't want a 25-cent an hour raise, so I'm going to go do this crazy wrap business with you. So we still weren't making enough money to get out of the $797,000 in debt that we were at the time. So long story short, he said to me, if you go triple this month and I go double, we can sell the salon for $5 and you're done. We're done. We never have to work again. And I was like, hot damn, that is totally happening. And that was my third D-Day. So we seriously pushed for triple. We were 8,700 in volume away. It was the last 8 days of the month. And I just pushed. And I did what a lot of the girls in here said, get with your few people that are working and let those people know that you need them. Even if they're mapped out right now to only be in a 400 location, that doesn't mean they're going to always be in a 400 location. I'm like, girl, I need you this month. I got your back next month for whatever you want. Are we going to push together, or should I move on and look for somebody else that wants that location? So push, 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 hit triple. Then the fraud police came. Has anyone ever heard of the fraud police? So the fraud police are the 4 inches of squish between your brain that tells you that you're not worth it and that you're a high school dropout and that you used to live on the streets and you're a freak and you're covered in tattoos and you don't look like any of the beautiful people in this business like Morgan McIntyre. And so there's no way that you could possibly be successful. You are a 41-year-old postmenopausal woman that cannot even spell because you have dyslexia. You barely made it to 10th grade. You are a teen mom. You have failed at everything. You've dropped out of everything you've ever done. You failed in marriages, bankruptcies, foreclosures, your kids walking around in duct tape shoes. There is no way that you should be earning this kind of money. So I've sat at triple for a long time, trying to figure out why I couldn't get this volume in. So it's not always, you guys, it's not always just about how you need to do it. Like, oh, do I need to do host to post? Do I need to do this? Like, you guys have gotten some amazing tips for the things you need to do to get there. But if that squish and the fraud police are here, by the way, the fraud police is yourself saying, you can't do this, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, what's wrong with you? You got to fix that right now. And you got to be like, fraud police, you do not exist. I am totally amazing. I am a mom. I have pushed a baby out of my yoo-hoo or my tummy. I have done so many things that are way harder than asking people if they want to be a hair, skin, and nails model for 90 days. So now on our push to presidential, I am diamonds away from that, but you know what? It doesn't matter because I have found my new D-Day. So we're in Austin, Texas. This is a couple months ago because we travel full time except for what we're doing right now. So I'll tell you that in a second. We usually travel full time. We're staying in this rental and the ceiling fan is going, right? And I'm looking at it. I'm having a sleepless night because, yes, I have another UTI. Welcome to being a woman. It's so amazing, right? So I'm laying in bed, trying to sleep, you know, taking down the Azo pills. And I burst into tears. Like, I burst into tears like nobody's ever cried. Has anyone ever cried to where you're just like, ooh, and there's like snot pouring out of your nose and you're crying and you're just like, ooh, like just freaking out? So that is me. So Justin rolls over in bed and looks at me and he's like, what is happening? You know, and he's like, okay, you're a woman treading lightly. He's like, are you okay? Is it hormones? Don't ever say that to a girl. I'm like, it's not hormones. I just want to be a presidential. And he's like, then just be a presidential. Just decide. So, and it was the exact same day I found out my mom was in renal failure and she needed us to come here to take care of her. We got here, her house was destroyed and needed a remodel. It was the same month that I couldn't afford plane tickets for my kid to come visit me. It was the same month that we found out that we had not filed our taxes correctly. So triple diamond pay, make sure you do your taxes right. So it was a month we had just had so many things happen. I found out I had interstitial cystitis. Like all these crazy things are happening to us. It's totally insane. It's nuts. But I found out D-Day again, that why, the reason for it, the reason to push, the reason to make it happen, the reason to stay up late, the reason to tell your husband, I don't care if you think that I'm going to be on my phone all month, and if you whine and complain about it, you're not spending any of this paycheck, and I know you want to get the new Call of Duty game, and I am not going to get it for you unless you leave me alone and let me be on this phone. So whatever that looks like to you guys, I wrote a quote at the bottom here, and this is like my quote. This is my quote. Hopefully it'll speak to somebody. Stop waiting to change the life you said you wanted to change. You got into this business for a reason. Write that down on the wall in giant magic marker if you need to, unless your landlord's going to get angry, but you could probably paint over it. Look at it every single morning and just make the decision that you're going to make it happen, because I believe in you, and so does every leader on here. And you guys have seen so many different people from insanely different walks of life. Like totally apples and oranges, night and day. I have nothing in common with someone that graduated from high school, but now she's making more money than me. So you bet your britches I'm going to be chasing that. Like, guys, everyone's different. There's room in this business for everyone, and this company is just getting started. So get on your phones, message people, voice message, take the products. Don't stop until you reach it, and I will see you guys on stage at the top.
Woo! Dropping that heat, girl. That was good. That was so good. Thank you for being so vulnerable with us. And you're beautiful. Okay, Kelsey, your turn, girl.
Hello. I don't know. Like, oh my gosh, this has been so good. I'm like, what the heck? This is literally makes it feel like it's like a mini conference. It's right here, packed into like an hour and a half. Okay. So anyways, I don't really, I mean, I'm just going to be repeating what everybody else said, but there are a couple things that I want you guys to take away that I've learned just through promotions, but also just through working this business through life, because life happens to everybody, you guys, especially during promotion month. Like everybody says, you know, during my promotion month when we were going prez, it was one thing after another, after another, after another. And it literally felt like if there was going to be a roadblock, it came. But as you grow into the business, you guys, you're hearing about these roadblocks, not because we are complaining, but because we want you guys to know to expect them. Okay. Expect that roadblocks are going to happen. It doesn't mean that you stop. They're not stop signs. They're just detours. Okay. So don't think that you have to stop because you have a difficult thing that you have to go through. But one of the things that, you know, you guys probably see all the time, let's say you're a Ruby and you just see all these leaders. Because I remember seeing all these leaders and they're like, I made one decision that changed my life. And it's like, okay, yes, you made a decision to join the business, right? But the other thing you have to realize is I and all of these leaders on here that are talking, we make the decision every single day, over and over and over and over, and we choose this business every single day. It's just like how you choose your marriage. It's just like how you choose your relationship with God. It is not always going to be the easiest choice, but it's always going to be the choice that pays off. Okay. Because sometimes it's easy to just say, oh yeah, well, I just want to go like hang out with my friends, but I really wanted to promote to presidential. Okay. Let's talk about which one you want more, because really when it comes down to promoting, it's about where are your priorities. Okay. Where are your priorities? And I know that there were so many months that I said, I'm going to promote to presidential this month, that I almost stopped believing myself. And that's a hard thing to do, especially like that is like, even my husband, he was like, even on like the 28th and the 29th, he was like, so are you really promoting? I was like, yes, I'm actually promoting. Okay. Like I know I've said it plenty of times before, but like I'm actually doing it this month. And so, but if you're at that point, you literally have to make different decisions. And that's what I had to do. That's literally what it came down to, because there will be a point when it comes between, typically for me, it comes between like the 8th and the 15th, right? And you're checking volume and you're like, oh my God, my volume only went down 1,000 for what I needed it to. Is this really going to happen this month? Is this really actually going to happen? And it's during this middle of the month. And you're like, well, I intended to do it, right? I intended to promote, but maybe it's better next month. And you just keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. But the thing is, is that is the moment where you continue to have to choose to promote, because we all go through that time. Morgan, I'm sure she's gone through it this month where she was just like, oh God, I thought I was going to promote this month. Volume is not looking like it was supposed to be looking and how I had projected it to be looking. And she just had to still make the choice to keep choosing to promote. Okay. It is easy to get distracted by the numbers. It's easy to get distracted by checking eSuite every 5 seconds. It's easy to get distracted by, oh my gosh, well, how much is this person enrolled, or how much is this person enrolled? You promote by doing two things: enrolling customers and enrolling distributors. Do not make it more complicated than that. Be intentional that you are going to do it. I am not like one of those people who enrolls like 70 million customers a month. But there was one day and I was just like, you know what? I'm freaking enrolling 15 freaking customers today, or 12. I think I said 12. I was like, I'm enrolling 12 customers today. I've never done that before. I don't know why I said I was going to enroll 12, but it was like 3 days before I was going press, and I was like, I'm enrolling 12 customers today. And I called one of my girls and I was like, oh my gosh, I've only enrolled 11 freaking customers. She's like, dude, have you ever enrolled 11 freaking customers in a day? And I was like, no. But it was all about perspective, right? It was all about the perspective. Like, I was not happy because I got 4 customers that day because I had said I was going to get 12. Okay. But in the past, you know what I used to do? I'd be like, oh my gosh, bro, you got 4 customers. Good job. Now go chill, go watch some Netflix, reward yourself, whatever. But the thing is there's always going to be more work to do. And like Morgan said, like, you're never going to regret working too hard. Like, just doesn't freaking exist. And so the reason why we're all so passionate about it is because this is what life is. This is what living is having something that you're going after, that you're passionate about, that you want. Living the same life 80 years, the same year, 80 years in a row is not living. Okay. It's not living. You're just literally going through the motions. So who cares if people make fun of you that you're so passionate about? Who cares if you freaking like, if people are like, oh my gosh, you're blowing up my timeline. Yep. What are you blowing up my timeline about? Cat videos? Sorry, I'm not passionate about that. I'm passionate about making money and helping people. Okay. And so you need to be secure in that. Know what you're passionate about. Know what you want. That's what they were saying at the beginning of the Zoom. That's what I'm saying now towards the end of the Zoom. And what I want you guys to know is that the only person telling you you can't do it is you. And there will be things that can happen. Okay. Let me just tell you, there's a quote that I live by because I love quotes, Charity. I love that quote too. This quote, and I saw it, and it was the month I was promoting, and I saw it in the most random spot, like my daughter's gymnastics, like it was like on the wall. And it said, it is what it is, but it will be what you make of it. And I was like, that's good, because that's so true. Like, we all think, oh my gosh, like life, this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening, and we're all so reactive. But I know that this month has been crazy for me. Like, literally, we're moving. Like, if you could see my house, there's stuff everywhere. Movers just came today. And the thing is I just don't make excuses to not show up, because I know this is what got me here today. And so if I start changing it, something else is going to change. And I want only my paycheck to go up. And so you have to realize that life will always happen, but what will you do with it? Right? And that is the biggest thing. That's in this business. That's in your relationships. And so know that you are so worthy of this. You are so worthy of the success. God called us to live an abundant life. He called us to live abundantly. He did not call us to struggle. So do not convince yourself that because of some past decision that you made or something that happened in your past that you can't have something great in your future, because that's simply a lie. And the biggest thing I want you guys to remember, if you take nothing away from this, is choose this business every single day, and you will not regret it. There are going to be days when you don't like it. If you have any moms on here, there's days that I don't even want to choose to be a mom. I'm like, you're annoying. I don't even like to be around you right now. Can I just send you to daycare and be done? Okay. There's days when it's frustrating to follow Jesus. And it's frustrating to be like, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? There's days when it's hard to be a wife. Everything that is worth fighting for comes with the fight. So get ready and fight for what you want, because it's so worth it. Okay, Morgan, that's all I got. You better cut me off before I keep going.
I'm cutting you off. You're done. Quit talking. Y'all, this was amazing. Thank you so much for everybody who decided to hop on here and learn more. And thank you to everybody who decided to hop on and share their tips and share their journey and be vulnerable and take time out of their night. I think the best way to end this is just with a little prayer, if that's okay with everybody. And let's just pray over the rest of this month, because we can have all the tips, we can have all the mindset, and all those things are 100%. We need that. But if we don't have the Lord, then it's all worth nothing. So let's just say a quick little prayer, and then we can hop off. God, we love you so much, and we thank you for who you are. We thank you for this business. We thank you for Mark and for Cindy and for Pam and the vision that you gave them with It Works and with these products. We thank you that that our lives are able to be changed because you led us this amazing opportunity. I thank you for all these girls and guys that are on this Zoom, and I thank you for the girls that spoke tonight and just the friendship that you've given me in them. And I pray for all the people on the Zoom that you would give them a friendship with at least one person in this business who will just encourage them and lift them up. God, I pray that you would just bless the rest of this month, that you would just give us abundance, Lord. That's the word that I pray over us, is just abundance. God, I pray that you would just bring the people that we need into this business. I pray that you would keep the people who you do not have for us far from us. I pray that you keep the enemy far from us. I pray that you would encourage us. I pray that you would teach us something new about yourself in the last few days of this month, or something that we forgot. God, I pray for every single person that's shooting for a promotion. Give them just this vision of the fact that they can do this and that they're going to be able to do it because you provide it for them. And we know that every good and perfect thing and every blessing comes from you. And so we're asking you, because you tell us that you were able to do exceedingly and abundantly more than all that we could ask or imagine. And we're asking you to do that for us this month. Pray that we would finish this month strong, that you would bless the work that we're putting our hands to, that we would not be lazy, and that we would just encourage one another, and that we would come together as a company, and that we would just love you and love each other as you call us to do in your word. And we thank you in advance for everything that you're going to do in the rest of this month for us, and we ask all of this in your name. Amen. Thank y'all so much, and I will post this on my YouTube, and I will